it actually made me cry.
Wow.
I've never had anybody do that for me
Yeah, that's amazing.
in my entire life.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a heartwarming and exciting adventure planned. Today we are meeting a couple who found love through Christian Filipina, a dating service that connected them across the continent.
So join us as we stroll around BGC, get to know the neighborhood, so you guys can see what's around here, and we're gonna get to know this inspiring couple as well. So come along for the adventure.
Let's go. So we are going to meet them here at Ammee Restaurant. Hello! Hi!
How'd you know pizza's my favorite?
So we are here right now at Bonifacio High Street Mall, which is one of my favorite malls here in BGC. What do you think?
Nice place. Yeah, I want to live here in this area. Peaceful and clean.
I know, right?
Our first stop is Bonifacio High Street, and we are here right outside of One Bonifacio Mall in this glorious open area with fresh air, blue skies. What could be better, right?
Before I meet Efrain, my husband now, I've been working in the restaurant, a kitchen staff for 2 years. And then after that, before the pandemic began, he found me through Christian Filipina.
I served in the United States Navy for 10 years. I worked with explosives, nuclear weapons. I worked on the F-14 Tomcat. Better, I guess people would know it better from Top Gun. I also worked on the S-3 Viking. I assisted others in working with the A-6 aircraft, the F-18 aircraft, and some of the helicopters that were on board the carrier. I served on board the USS Ranger and the USS Kitty Hawk. I got out after 10 years and became a Texas State Trooper. I became disabled the year of 2005, and they declared me unable to work as of 2010. So I couldn't work anymore. I got out, and I've been living on my disability pensions since then. Oh, my granddaughter's gonna love it. Take a picture of that. I have a granddaughter who loves dinosaurs.
Okay, so next up we are here at Burga Circle, which is a lovely park and has a lovely nightlife.
But we are here during the daytime because we're gonna shed light on the insides of their relationship. So let's ask them a few questions and show you a few nice places to go here.
Hi Ivan, so how long you been single and what made you decide that it's time to find a partner?
I've been single since 2012, and I'm not thinking about getting married or to find someone until I decided to find someone that who can take care of me when I get sick. Before year of 2020, I have nobody to ask taking care of me. So that time I start thinking to find someone, and I tried to sign up on Christian Filipina, and there's someone messaged me, my husband now, and that's all. We get together.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
I heard you were 21 years single before you met Ivan, and how was it like?
Well, being single for 21 years got me to get a lot more wiser. mentally figure out what I really, really, really wanted in a woman. I dated, and like I told my wife, now Ivan, I dated, but I never was serious, never got serious because, being lonely is one thing, but being with the wrong person is worse. So I said, I have to take it slow. I need to look for the woman that I'm gonna be with the rest of my life. But I want those years towards the end to be happier than my first 54. My first 54 years, I feel like I rushed through everything. My inception in the military, being a police officer for 15 years, being married, I didn't feel like I took the time to investigate, to understand what I was doing. I was just doing it because everybody else was doing it. Now, being more mature and being older and wiser, I don't care what people are doing. I'm gonna do my thing. And my thing is more important than anybody else's. As a man, I was always looking for a wife. As humans, we're not supposed to be alone. I needed to be with a woman, but I needed to be with a woman that thought or that thinks, believes, and does basically the same things that I do. Because if you're gonna find somebody that does opposite of you, you're gonna be going in two different roads. And that's not the way it works.
Yeah, so this is the burger circle, and at nighttime, they put the lights on, this is sometimes gets crowded, especially on weekends.
Dr. Wine is one of the top places everybody hangs out here at night. It's the trendiest spot of the year, I think, here in BGC. So we'll show you guys that one. You come on a Thursday or a Friday, Saturday night, super crowded, hard to even get in. Every other night, I recommend a reservation.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
This neighborhood is the collection of all the wealth of the Philippines. It's all concentrated here. I think the Manila area represents about 67% of the country's GDP.
Really?
So most of the wealth of the country is located right here. So here we are outside of Dr. Wine. This is one of the trendiest places in all of BGC. Friday nights, Saturday nights, you can't even walk in the door. You're gonna see people standing right where I'm standing outside. So do you see any? Oh, there we go. There's familiar faces. You can tell we've been here before.
I don't know where she came from. Kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know.
Cheers! Alright, so guys, let's talk about the age gap. Your age gap is 17 years, right? So how do you handle the differences that come up? And what do you think are the advantages because of the age gap?
For me, age gap is not, it doesn't matter for me because as long as you love each other, and as I can see to my parents, they are also 17 to 18 years age gap also. And they are both Filipinos.
Oh, yes.
That's how I look myself to them, to my parents.
I find the age gap something I have to get used to. And the reason I say that is because this is not the way we Americans are raised, with an age gap. Normally, you're going to marry somebody in your age group. And what I mean by age group, I mean within 4 or 5 years apart from each other. This is a large age gap. 17 years between the two of us is a large age gap. But what I've experienced in the 3 years that we've dated and the couple of months that we've been married, in the months that we've been married, is that I can teach her things that she didn't even know existed. That's the plus of having that age gap, where I can talk to her about it and try to be nice about it, and I tell her, look, I love you to death. I don't want to see you hurt, physically, emotionally, or even psychologically, for that matter.
Yeah. All right, so now we're done from Dr. Wine, and now we're gonna walk to High Street. We're gonna show them the 3D mural, and they're gonna love that. And yeah, so I wanna ask Ivan, what's her first impression of BGC?
BGC is amazing place to visit, and it looks like Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. It has the big buildings.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, at first.
Clean.
Yeah, that's true. It's very clean. We're here.
Here.
They have the market here. It's open on Saturday and Sunday.
All right, so what are your first impressions of BGC? This is your first time here, right? So what do you think?
Yeah, it's my first time. I feel like I'm in California, to be honest with you. I've been to LA. I've lived in San Diego when I was in the military, in the Navy. And this pretty much looks like it. The cars, the cleanliness, the people, everybody's so kind, so courteous.
Do you wish you saw this place sooner before you decided to go to Davao?
Absolutely. Because I would have already had a condo here somewhere. I would have already bought a condo.
It's never too late. You know, it's never too late.
It's an attempt. I have to convince the other half, but
Welcome here, neighbor. So he'll be our neighbor soon enough for sure.
Right now, we're going to the Venice Grand Canal Mall. We're going to show them around. It's Efrain's first time there, so it's going to be amazing.
Why you wanna let me go now? Are you saying that to change your mind?
Welcome to Venice Grand Canal Mall. Yeah, like I said, it's just like Venice.
oh man, look at this. Venice.
His first question was, how much do you ride the gondolas? Well, let's check it out. Let's find out and maybe take a ride, yeah?
Are
Yes.
you saying that to change your mind? For love or pity, let me know.
So guys, given that you guys are in different life stages, how do you plan for the future? Because you're a little bit older, she's a little bit younger, so you're gonna be experiencing different things. So what is your plan for as you go 5, 10, 15 years down the road?
Communication and honesty. The reason I say that is because she tells me she wants certain things, and I tell her, no, I don't want that. And this is why. Now, can you convince me? What are the pluses that you want for what you want? And maybe I can, sway or bend later. I can tell you what I want for the future, but it doesn't mean that you want the same thing and that you must do what I say. You have a say also, But in order to get to that point, we have to communicate both our wants, desires, and our negatives and our unwants. And like right now, she doesn't want to go to the US. And this is just an example. Who knows, maybe in 5 years she'll say, you know what, I don't like it here no more, let's go to the US. But then again, she might just say, you know what, I want to stay here and I want to die here and be buried here, Whatever she wants, I'm okay with it. I came over here to live with her because this was what's going to make us both happy.
So when you were in the US, did you already wrap up all of your affairs? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apartment, I got rid of my apartment, I got rid of my cars.
So you don't have to go back.
I don't have to go back. If I go back, it's going to be to visit my grandchildren and my children.
Yeah, I'm the same way actually. Before I came to Asia 2 years ago now, I wrapped up everything. There's no loose ends.
No.
So if I go back, it'd just be to visit my parents or my family or something like that.
Right.
So I will vacation in the US, but I will not live there. Yeah. And I have a question for you also, is that when you met him and you have this big age gap, how did you envision growing old together or how your life will be in the future? Did the age play a role in your selection? Were you looking for an older person or did the age just kind of just a number to you?
For me, with him is I feel like I'm safe and secured, not just financially, by love.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Okay. When I used to live in other provinces, things like that, I would come to Manila and eat all of my favorite U.S. brands. So this was the place.
I'm sold on this, man. I'm gonna do as little as I can from the lease of Davao, and I'm coming here to America. I mean to BGC.
BGC, America.
I need music.
Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
Bravo,
Bravissimo.
Excelente.
Excelente.
Di macaroni.
Spaghetti macaroni.
And now we're done with the gondola ride. What do you think of the gondola ride? Na-excite ka?
Excited.
Oh.
Finally, I got fair experience.
Alright, here we are at TGI Fridays. We'll have some dinner here. Ending our journey here at our place, let's know about their experience with Christian Filipina and their relationship.
Yeah, we'll see how several years of online dating worked for them even without meeting in person, and what is the secret, if there is any secret, to keeping a relationship working online?
Like, let's discuss about the misconception and the judgment about the age gap. Like, how did you handle it?
So far, for now, no judgment because he's young in his age, 54.
Yeah, see, so he looks young, so there's no judgment, there's no, yeah, no
Not
problem.
yet.
Not yet.
All right, so moving on, I do have a question for you guys because you met during the pandemic. So you were not able to actually physically meet, and you actually developed your relationship, as I understand it, for several years beforehand. So maybe could you tell us a little bit about your experience with Christian Filipina dating site, and as well as how did you keep the romance alive and the relationship alive for 2 years, 2.5, however long it was? How did you feel like you're dating without actually meeting?
Believe in God process, and it must be He is in the center in your relationship. That's why we get stronger every day. We talk.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you make it work though before you met in person? Because you never really know a person, I think, until you actually meet, right? So
Yeah.
you have to have a lot of confidence for 2 years
God's doing.
Two and a
without
half
meeting.
years.
2.5 years.
It was
Yeah.
God's doing, because we would call each other faithfully every night. Sometimes every other night, because either I was at that time I was still working as a NCAA umpire. So sometimes I was out late at night and I was very tired and I wouldn't be able to call her, but I would at least message her and tell her, look, I love you. I can't talk right now. I'm just exhausted. I'm going to bed. And again, you have to understand that in my place where I lived, it was daytime and her place was nighttime. And she worked as well. It's her afternoon. I'm still at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's calling me. But because I knew what I had, because of what she told me who she was, I made the sacrifice. I would sacrifice my end, and she would sacrifice on her end. On her days off, she wouldn't sleep that night. She would talk to me the entire time. Yeah.
All day.
Wow.
Sana all.
True love. So now let's talk about him being a former military. So Ivan, what do you think about the former military guys? Like, does Filipino like military guys, and what is your perception about military guys?
For me, I don't think I would marry a military or policeman, something like that. Because when I was a kid, I used to don't like them or I hate them because I picture them like they are arrogant. The police here in the Philippines.
Okay.
And then arrogant, and they don't have a dignity because you can pay them. You can pay them and everything settled. That's why. But when I found him, he is different from them.
Okay.
He has a dignity, and you cannot pay him.
Yeah, that's right. Incorruptible. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's interesting.
That's what made me think that maybe there's a reason why God met him. Before he messaged me, I prayed God, I don't mind any status for the man I would marry someday, but I just want him responsible man and no
No vices.
no vices.
Do you think like because he is a former military, right? Do you think like you feel protected when you're with him?
Yes, addicted. Yes.
Ah, that's nice.
That's good. Yeah.
All right.
Right?
So one of the things when you were dating online, I understand that you had actually some special date ideas. Like, for example, when it was a birthday time, you threw an online birthday party, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that? Yeah.
I made it because that time I am able to afford because I was working the time and I want to make an effort and in my own money. That's why
Sure.
I made it.
So how did it look? How did the
Like
birthday party look?
how did
my
it happen?
God. She went overboard. She decorated the entire room, the entire boarding room, with hearts and with "I love you" and "Happy birthday." Balloons. She went and bought a balloon, and she invited her friends over, and they were all sitting there, and they were all dressed nicely, like if they were going out to a party.
Ah, okay.
And she had a birthday cake. I had already told her what I like. I like chocolate and strawberry.
Yes.
So she had a chocolate strawberry cake, white frosting, and it said "Happy birthday, Ephraim." And it actually made me cry.
Wow. Yeah, that's how you know.
Because I've never had anybody do that for me
Yeah, that's amazing.
in my entire life. I've never had a birthday party. My ex-wife, my kids, nobody's ever thrown me a party before, and she was the first one.
Wow.
And I think that at that time is when I told her for the first time that I was really in love with her, because nobody does that just out of a whim.
Yeah, that's
It I'm the toughest guy that exists in my mind. I don't feel sad for things. I've seen a lot of death. I've seen a lot of anger. I've seen a lot of fighting. I've been in a lot of fights. I've done a lot of negative and ugly things. But I'm a kind person, and I'm a generous person. And nobody's ever treated me the way I've treated them until I met her.
wow.
And I never asked her for a birthday party. I never asked her to buy me a cake. I didn't ask her to do what she did. She did it on her own. Nobody has ever celebrated Christmas with me because I always had to work. Thanksgiving, I always had to work. New Year's, I always had to work. I'm out when the criminals are out. You know? So who's gonna party with me? Nobody. I was out on the street stopping crime. She calls me on my birthday. I think I was asleep.
No, I told you don't sleep.
I told you.
Don't sleep because we have something to do. And you wait. You waited.
Did I wait?
Yeah,
I
you waited.
Yeah, I didn't go to sleep. I waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she called me, and she was dressed. Oh, she was beautiful. And then her friends were nicely dressed as well, and they were all surrounding there. And then they even cut the cake, and they all ate cake, and they offered me on the video. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I
Only
could have some.
soda and cake.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
yeah,
Wow.
that's all they had. Yeah, it just broke my
Beautiful
heart.
moment.
Yeah, it was. It was. We sang Christmas carols together.
Yes.
That's how we would spend our time together online.
Yeah.
We got to meet her parents online. She got to meet my kids online. My grandkids got to meet her also online. We're constantly chatting.
Every day, from morning up to night.
Yeah. I think that constant communication, you got to keep that alive, because when you're not there in person, it's easy that if one day goes by, second day goes by, the routine breaks down, and then the connection breaks down. Then things happen you don't update each other about, and before you know it, you really do fall apart. You know, like I think that's why the long distance relationships don't work usually unless you're really truly committed. All right, well, thanks guys for joining us on this journey. We showed you some nice spots in BGC. We explored the beautiful relationship here that started with Christian Filipina. I think we've learned a lot about relationships, about the insides of people, and you know that it's good to know that there's still real people out there who want real things. Somebody who's looking for a real life. This is not a game, right? You don't get a do-over if you screw up. This is your one and only life. So find the person you want to really truly commit to, somebody worth committing to.
Yes.
You know, like it's make it real. Like, you know, forget the games, forget the nonsense.
Forget the agendas.
And yeah, no agendas, the real deal here.
Yes.
So I think I'm glad that a site like this exists that will help, you know, people find something real.
Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your amazing and inspiring stories. So yes, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and please subscribe. We'll have more adventures.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand?